Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to give you 5 things which I believe we learned from the game against QPR on Friday night where we lost 2-1. I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've been throwing up all day. I've got food poisoning, which is great. So this video will be very quick. So here's the first thing which we learned from the game against QPR. No plan B. I was very vocal on it in the match reaction after the game against QPR. What really worries me is because we didn't sign more attacking players, we didn't replace Ogbeni, we didn't replace McAtee, and we didn't replace Townsend. That's 3 attackers there, and because we haven't replaced any of them, we're now very strict and very limited to playing this one system because we don't have the personnel to completely change it. Now, if you are a massive football head like me, you can try and work out what we could potentially play, but the plan B side of things does worry me because you do need to have a plan B. Your plan A is not always going to work, and it may work for a certain point in a game, but then once a team kind of like susses you out and then takes control, you need to have like a different option where like, right, when this happens we bring this player on. And I just felt like we didn't have any of that. In fact, in all the games so far this season, I'm looking at our team and I'm going, where's our plan B option? But because we didn't sign any attacking players to replace the ones that left the football club, it's left us in this situation where we're going to play this one system and that's it. So that's one thing which I believe we've learned. Number 2, Elijah and Morris. I don't know what's going on between these two players. They are starting another football season together very slow. The last 3 seasons, in fact, they've both started the season off slow. Now, I know Morris did score in the opening game of the season against Brighton, but what I mean is, as a partnership, both of these players have started the season off slow. Under Nathan Jones 2 years ago, it was Elijah that started slow, and it took a while for him to get going. Last season, Morris ended up getting dropped. He was put on the bench and Elijah was scoring all the goals, and then eventually both of them managed to find a partnership. I don't know when that's going to happen this season, but Rob Edwards definitely needs to make some bold decisions and drop one of them and have a different option. And give like someone like Taylor or give someone like Woodrow a go. You know, you've got a squad. Use your squad. You can't keep playing players that are not performing, because I feel like they're really letting the team down. If Elijah scored that chance against QPR at 1-0, I think we go on to win the football game. Football's all about fine margins, taking your chances, preventing mistakes from happening. You know, we got that bit right. I feel like we would be having a different conversation after the game. So look, if he's not in form, if he's not confident that he can score in front of goal, then one of them has to be dropped, and you go with a different, you give someone else a run in the team. That's the way I see it. Number 3, the midfield is a problem. I feel like we're getting overrun in the midfield. This happened in the Premier League. We gave Barkley like a freedom role, and then Lokonga had more of a, he would clean up. Whereas with Baptiste and Clark, I don't think it works because they're both creative players. And when them two are pushing forward, you've got a lot of space in behind. Teams can break down that line. I do think we are missing a defensive-minded player. Someone like Nakamba, someone like Tom, who we signed from Germany. I'm going to learn how to say his name. I really need to learn how to say his name, but I'm calling him Tom, our German superstar. I feel like you need a defensive-minded person in the midfield. If we're going to continue to play with 2 centre mids, I do think we either need a defensive-minded and a creative-minded. But personally, I think going forward, because we've got lots of centre mids now, this is the one thing which we did get. We've got lots of midfielders. We obviously got the Lamin from Sweden also coming in January. He's also another centre mid. So I feel like going forward, we are going to play a midfield of 3. But because players have been injured and not been available to play, we've not been able to practice this system. Hopefully these 2 weeks of international break football we're able to really concentrate and really nail down a system that's going to help us progress further. Number 4. Now, yes, Edwards did come out and say that Zach Nelson and Joe Johnson will be given opportunities this year. But it's easy to say that rather than actually doing it. And I do think Zach Nelson, because we didn't sign many attacking players, I do think he's going to get given more opportunities. I really do like Zach Nelson. I thought Tuesday in the Cup he was really good. I want us to be really careful because this environment, this losing mentality which Luton have currently got at the moment, is just not good for any youngster trying to break into a team. He's probably like one of the brightest, things that's happened at the start of this year, that we're seeing one of our very own come on and do really well. There was one moment in the game against Friday, the amount of crosses we put into the box against QPR was crazy, but they weren't really good crosses. But Zach Nelson, he picked up the ball and he put this one fantastic ball in, and it was probably the best cross in the game. So I am really looking forward to seeing Zach Nelson play more games this season. And the 5th thing which I believe we learned from the game against QPR is we don't have, I know I've repeated it already, a plan B, but we don't have a plan B on set pieces. I find it really strange that it's just Alfie and Alfie only. Now, no, don't get me wrong, Alfie on his day can be really good. He could be fantastic at set pieces. But the amount of set pieces we've had over the last 3 or 4 games and we've not scored from is quite poor. Now, I know we technically did score from a set piece against QPR on both games, but it was from the second phase of the free kick, off the corner, not the actual original put a ball in, bang, someone heads it home. It was none of that, but we don't seem to have a plan B. Baptiste has got the technical and quality ability to do it, to put crosses into the box. So why are we so reluctant and so reliant on just using Alfie throughout all of our set pieces? Why can't we change it up a little bit? Why don't we change it? I feel like we're too predictable at times. But yeah, those are the 5 things which I believe we learnt from the game. As you can tell, guys, look, I'm tired, I'm shattered, I'm ill, I'm not well. So I do apologise if this video is like, the mood of it is all over the place. I'm sorry. Hopefully tomorrow I'm better, and tomorrow we can talk about the transfer window. How do I rank it? I'll let you know tomorrow on that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.